Alright, so A2K just ended, and I honestly didn't think that the show would have such deep moments. Like, I actually shed tears a few times. Overall, it was great. Solid 8 out of 10. We got to watch the girls improve, and we got to see them experience the JYP trainee life that we've only ever heard stories about from current JYP groups. I was really going through the most that morning because when I opened up YouTube to watch the final episode, the first video to pop up was this. I really didn't expect them to release anything this soon after the show ended, but it does make sense since they would still want to get things done when people are still actively watching and keeping up with A2K. I am a little disappointed in the results, but nonetheless, the girls who made it look great and they sound great too. Anyways, I really just need to speak on certain parts of the show because a few things really need to be addressed. Let's start off with the injustice that VCHA faced. Not only did she end up being the only one who didn't make it past round 1, but it's like the editors for the show wanted to make her as irrelevant as possible. I saw a ton of people rank her last when it came to who their favorites were for the show, and the same goes for me, yeah, but whenever people said stuff like, oh, she didn't stand out or whatever, I was just like, well, yeah, we never got to see her for 90% of round 1. She got like 0 screen time, and I have to assume she did something to the editors' families because she didn't even get to be on a thumbnail, like at all. They literally had enough for all 11 girls and still went out of their way to have Kendall get 2. Even this thumbnail right here wasn't from the team that VCHA was in. The only time we do see her in a thumbnail was for the episode where she gets eliminated. It's like the editors were being merciful and decided to give her some kind of parting gift. JYP might as well have just taken all the girls with, because I feel like the real evaluations only started happening when the girls went to Korea for training. Like, you could see them really putting their all into their performances because things probably started to feel a lot more real for them. And that's also when JYP really hammered down on his criticisms on them. But I digress. VCHA's a tough girl because at that age, I would have been seen running out of there in tears. And she's been seen doing just fine. And Melissa too, especially since her dropping out of the show was super unexpected at the time. Next up, we've got my girl Yuna to discuss. I'm not going to say much on her because she was great, but also not great, but also great, but then again not great. Like, talent-wise, it was clear that she really just needed more time, but I guess compared to the other girls, it just wasn't good enough. I was still really sad to see her go because she really won me over during her audition and ended up being one of my favorites. Even the way she was introduced on the show was like something out of a movie. She just arrived in time for the audition, she only found out she passed at the last minute, and went in and ate up that dance with only a day to prepare. Hello? That could literally be the starting plot for a main character in a competition-based movie or something. Like, come on, even JYP was genuinely amazed at the fact that she could do so well under those kinds of circumstances. And I really hope she continues to dance and perform, even if she decides not to do something like this again. To be honest, I haven't watched that many survival shows yet, but I do know that there has always been that one contestant that's hated by the viewers, and in this case, with A2K, it was obviously Kendall. Now, Kendall herself didn't do anything wrong. She was really just doing her best and trying to fix her weak points and yada yada yada, but it was pretty obvious that JYP really favored her compared to the other girls. I did really hate the fact that everyone's anger was more sent towards Kendall rather than JYP for his poor judgment when it came to her. Like, it was clear that JYP wanted Kendall to debut, even if she wasn't the best. Because, I mean, she did come last in the final selection. And this isn't even the first time I've seen JYP just straight up favoring a contestant. Even in the Japanese boy group survival show JYP Entertainment is running, Nizzy Project 2, JYP has very clearly fallen madly in love with this guy right here, to the point where I feel like he could fold a paper in half and JYP would be foaming at the mouth for more. So guys, come on, cut Kendall some slack. She's a victim. They all are. Victim. I've gotta say, one thing I never expected to like or even get from a show like this was the live chat comments. Outside of the jokes and the racism, it was nice to see how people felt about certain parts of the show or the girls themselves throughout the episodes. Like KG, for example. This is what the live comments looked like before that video of her in box braids came out, and this is what they look like after. It felt a lot more interactive compared to normal comments. It also made me very aware on why it was never done before. Yeah, y'all don't deserve nice things if this is the type of behavior to potentially be seen in the live chat comments on future survival shows. I don't even want to think about what the comments would have looked like if we got a live chat for Are You Next. Like, you guys would have gone like absolutely insane. Also, I had regularly forgotten that after Kaylee, who's the youngest in the show, came Gina. Like, she's 13. Every time the live comments or like anybody in like a comment section remembered that fact, they were not convinced, and neither was I. Like, Gina was out here barking, and me forgetting her young age was like, why do you act like that? No hate though, she just looks a little older than her age, which is fine, and I still can't believe she didn't make it, but I'm glad it didn't hold her back, cause she did release her own song right after the final episode was aired. My last concern was on how their music would sound, cause the songs that JYP wrote for them in the last 2 episodes were like, how do I say, it was very teen pop, like 2019 ITZY vibes. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, cause I did like this song a lot. It was pretty nice, but I do hope that JYP lets them explore more concepts. Anyways, those were my takeaways from the shows. Can't wait to hear more from them, and I'll be back next time to talk about whatever. Bye.